Her price for a single night is only 2,000 yuan, yet she can still marry a multimillionaire. It's all because she possesses masterful PUA skills. Just 41 days into their marriage, she drained her husband of 13 million yuan. Eventually, the man could no longer tolerate her various twisted demands and chose to commit suicide. However, she had already been married 3 times before, with each marriage lasting no more than 2 months, and each time she managed to deceive her husbands into giving her substantial wealth. So, how did this highly educated beauty manage to manipulate men so easily? And when their chat records were exposed, the sinister truth behind her actions was unveiled. This is the notorious Zhai Xinxin marriage fraud case in China. Before we dive into the case itself, let's first talk about the life of the victim. Su Xiangmao, born in 1980 in a rural family in Fujian, was the youngest of 5 siblings. Due to the family's poor financial condition, his siblings had to work to cover his tuition fees. However, Su Xiangmao did not disappoint his family. During school, he often earned various scholarships. Moreover, after graduating, he was accepted into Beijing University of Posts and Telecommunications for a master's program, making him quite outstanding. Later, he used his expertise to create a communication software called WePhone. This software mainly serves overseas users, and its annual profits were substantial. As a result, Su Xiangmao went from being a poor rural boy to becoming a multimillionaire. However, despite his newfound wealth, he didn't indulge in luxury, but instead bought a house for his parents and sent them 200,000 yuan annually. He also paid for his siblings' children's tuition fees. Despite his career success, Su Xiangmao was never able to find a girl he truly liked due to his average looks and shorter stature. So, he decided to try his luck on a matchmaking website. After being introduced by a matchmaker, he met Zhai Xinxin. After just one meeting, Su Xiangmao was deeply impressed. However, he was so busy with his career that he lacked experience in relationships and was naturally a little shy when facing someone he liked. Zhai Xinxin, born in 1986 in Shandong in a family of scholars, had a father who was a university professor and a mother who had worked in a state-owned enterprise. She also held a master's degree. According to her matchmaking profile, even though she came from a privileged background, she did not have the typical rich girl attitude. She never went clubbing and seemed like the perfect candidate for marriage. What Su Xiangmao did not expect was that Zhai Xinxin took the initiative the very next day, inviting him out for dinner and a movie. After the date, she even pretended to fall in love at first sight and said she wanted to have a baby with him. Because Su Xiangmao was too naive, he believed her, unaware that all of it was a facade. Soon, they confirmed their relationship, and just 2 months later, Su Xiangmao bought her a Tesla worth 1.08 million yuan. Zhai Xinxin posted photos of the car on her social media, but didn't mention her new boyfriend at all. On April 30, 2017, after being in a relationship for just 1 month, Su Xiangmao took Zhai Xinxin to meet his parents. Zhai Xinxin acted very considerate, even offering to wash the dishes after dinner and holding Su Xiangmao's mother's arm while walking down the street. The Su family was very satisfied with her and even gave her a 7,000 yuan red envelope, hoping the couple would marry soon. However, after leaving Fujian, Zhai Xinxin suggested they go to Hainan for a vacation. To his surprise, the very next day, she took Su Xiangmao to a real estate office and asked him to buy a 3.2 million yuan house in her name, claiming it was for their wedding in Sanya. As soon as the house was purchased, they went to Hong Kong, where she bought several luxury items, including a Cartier diamond ring and designer handbags, all worth several 100,000 yuan. In just 2 months, Su Xiangmao had already spent over 5 million yuan on her. Zhai Xinxin treated Su Xiangmao like an ATM. But soon, Su Xiangmao discovered her secret. On May 31st, Zhai Xinxin proposed they get their marriage certificate on June 2nd. However, on the morning of June 1st, she suddenly said she had a strange dream. She dreamed that she had already gotten married, but then divorced right away. This comment sparked Su Xiangmao's curiosity, so he casually asked, "You haven't been married before, have you?" Zhai Xinxin openly admitted she had been married before, but it was just to help a friend, Li Taijun, buy a house, and it was a fake marriage certificate. Su Xiangmao, though skeptical, asked her to call this friend to verify. Zhai Xinxin showed impatience, claiming they had long since stopped contacting each other due to some conflicts. Unable to accept this, Su Xiangmao decided to take some time to think things over. Unexpectedly, Zhai Xinxin became angry and immediately packed her things to return to her home. However, after a night of deep reflection, Su Xiangmao still didn't want to give up on the relationship, so he took the initiative to apologize to her that same evening. In this way, Zhai Xinxin chose to forgive him. The two decided to go and obtain their marriage certificate on the 6th. However, on the evening of the 5th, they had another argument. Su Xiangmao wanted to see Zhai Xinxin's previous divorce mediation documents, but she claimed it was her privacy and demanded 880,000 yuan as compensation for the loss of privacy if he wanted to see them. To Su Xiangmao's surprise, he actually gave her the 880,000 yuan. However, after reading the documents, he was even more bewildered because the name of the man listed in the divorce mediation documents was not Li Taijun, as Zhai Xinxin had mentioned earlier, but another man, Xiao Lu. The divorce mediation documents stated that they married in January 2011 and divorced just 3 months later, with the man having to compensate Zhai Xinxin 200,000 yuan. Realizing that Zhai Xinxin had been lying to him all along, Su Xiangmao naturally hesitated to rush into obtaining the marriage certificate. Little did he know, there was another hidden side to her. In a fit of anger, Zhai Xinxin punched Su Xiangmao in the face, instantly giving him a panda eye, and the two parted ways unhappily. Perhaps because Su Xiangmao was too kind, he again apologized to Zhai Xinxin. But this time, she did not forgive him easily. Instead, she demanded that Su Xiangmao give her 50,000 yuan every day to prove his loyalty, until she was satisfied. In addition, she claimed that her uncle worked at the police station and could have helped erase her marriage records. But now that Su Xiangmao had seen her past divorce history, he had put her in a difficult position. Thus, she demanded that Su Xiangmao compensate her 350,000 yuan for emotional damages. In just a few days of arguing over the marriage certificate, Su Xiangmao had already paid Zhai Xinxin 1.33 million yuan. This wasn't a marriage negotiation, but clear robbery. On June 7th, after several rounds of complications, they finally obtained their marriage certificate. Little did Su Xiangmao know, this woman before him would end up ruining his life. Not long after the marriage, Su Xiangmao's ex-girlfriend wished him happiness in his marriage. Out of courtesy, Su Xiangmao also wished her a happy marriage. But when Zhai Xinxin saw this message, she scolded Su Xiangmao, calling him a scumbag for daring to flirt with his ex-girlfriend. Less than 10 days after their marriage, Zhai Xinxin proposed a divorce. Seeing this, Su Xiangmao quickly apologized and even transferred 50,000 yuan to her as a deposit, promising to give her 200,000 yuan afterward. But Zhai Xinxin wasn't satisfied with this. She made even greater demands, asking Su Xiangmao to give her 1 million yuan and to sign an agreement. If one day Su Xiangmao proposed a divorce, he would have to pay her 5 million yuan and transfer the Sanya property to her alone. This was undoubtedly the last straw for Su Xiangmao. From then on, Zhai Xinxin began picking fights for no reason, constantly mentioning divorce, clearly trying to force Su Xiangmao to agree to the separation. Unable to bear her constant arguments, Su Xiangmao eventually reached his breaking point. He then moved back to his old home alone. Even after they separated, Zhai Xinxin didn't stop. She demanded that Su Xiangmao sell his small high-rise apartment and buy a big villa instead. The reason was that she was afraid of heights, and either he sold the apartment or they would divorce. The reason she insisted on selling the apartment was that if they sold it and bought a new property, it would become the couple's joint property. If he didn't sell, the house would remain his alone. Perhaps at this point, Su Xiangmao finally realized that Zhai Xinxin's so-called love at first sight was actually just a desire to claim his wealth. In a desperate situation, Su Xiangmao chose to divorce. He had initially wanted an amicable separation, but Zhai Xinxin clung to the compensation, demanding that the terms of their previous contract be followed. If he refused, she threatened to report Su Xiangmao's company for illegal business operations. It turned out that the software he developed was legal overseas, but in China, it was considered a gray area business, and if the authorities investigated further, Su Xiangmao might run into trouble. As the compensation issue reached a deadlock, on July 11th, Zhai Xinxin suddenly posted about her uncle being promoted in the police station. This was a direct threat to Su Xiangmao. If Zhai Xinxin joined forces with her uncle against him, it seemed like there was no way out. In the end, Su Xiangmao had no choice but to agree to the compensation. But then, Zhai Xinxin went back on her word and demanded that he pay her 10 million yuan for emotional damages. Under constant threats, on July 16th, they signed the divorce agreement. Since Su Xiangmao could not come up with 10 million yuan, he agreed to pay her 6.6 million yuan, with the remaining balance to be paid within 2 months. But by then, Su Xiangmao had lost the will to live, and he chose to end his life by jumping from a building. Afterward, Su Xiangmao's family couldn't accept the fact and vowed to ensure that Zhai Xinxin would be held accountable for her actions. Eventually, Su Xiangmao's family managed to gather evidence and took legal action against Zhai Xinxin for fraud. On June 9, 2023, Zhai Xinxin was officially arrested. When she reached this point, she panicked and claimed she still had feelings for Su Xiangmao, hoping to reach a settlement. However, Su Xiangmao's family rejected her request. A woman's words are nothing but lies. In March 2024, Zhai Xinxin was charged with extortion and transferred to court, awaiting legal punishment. However, police investigations revealed that Zhai Xinxin's identity was completely fabricated. Her price outside was only 2,000 yuan, and her so-called uncle, though a police officer, had little contact with her and had never been involved in this dispute. It was all just a self-directed drama by Zhai Xinxin.
In September 2017, Su Xiangmao ended his life. His beautiful, attractive, and highly educated ex-wife, Zhai Xinxin, became incredibly wealthy after their divorce. Unhappy with her current situation, she continued to sell her body for 3,000 yuan, while also registering single accounts on various matchmaking platforms to keep looking for a partner. After nearly 8 years, Zhai Xinxin's case was finally judged. According to China News Weekly, reporters learned from relevant sources. During the investigation phase, Zhai Xinxin admitted her guilt and accepted the punishment. Due to the particularly large amount of money she defrauded, which caused severe consequences, the prosecution recommended a sentence of 10 years and 6 months to 12 years. Many people may look at this and say, Zhai Xinxin's case is an isolated one. But let me be honest with you. The truth is that in today's society, similar real-life incidents happen every day. Many men, during their relationships with so-called gold diggers, have had their money scammed, ranging from tens of thousands to millions of yuan. Gold diggers really are everywhere. Watching Zhai Xinxin being sentenced, I honestly didn't feel any joy. Her case is just a reflection of the countless boys who have been deceived. This case, from 2017 to now, has taken almost 8 years, and still there is no clear conclusion. During this time, many deceived men have not received fair treatment. So, I sincerely want to urge everyone, especially men, to stay away from these gold diggers. A gold digger is essentially a fraudster, so don't think that just because she's a woman or because she married you, you should spend money on her. Don't be fooled into thinking that once she marries you, she will truly be with you for life, or that her identity will fundamentally change. This is completely wrong. A scammer is a scammer, and fraud is fraud. Gold diggers use the guise of love to exploit men's emotions and trick them into giving away their money. In today's era, where we promote marriage freedom and gender equality, no law requires men to spend money on women or to give a large sum of money to women once they are married. Therefore, I hope everyone wakes up. I feel that many men still don't realize the dangers here, especially those young boys with little romantic experience. I hope you can wake up early and stop being deceived. I also hope that you can share this video with more people, so more men can understand this point early and avoid falling into the traps of gold diggers again. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us, and we will continue to provide you with better content. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.